Okay, cran apple. Sorry about that. Just hold on for 1 second. Okay. I did watch your video. I know you weren't talking about when you were talking about like the whales and jellyfish. I know you're talking about hydrological sorting. I was just kind of giving you, I guess, some trivial information as to why in their lifetime they sit lower than jellyfish are commonly found lower, or not commonly, all the time. They live lower in the ocean, um, as opposed to whales. Now, that was just kind of giving you some background information on that. Now, your first topic I wanted to hit on, and I also wanted to ask you, when you're like, you have a picture like, or like you're doing a video like this, and all of a sudden it pans to a website that you're sourcing or that you're citing. How do you do that? Like, where I can, if I want to show you the information as I'm talking about it, how do I, how do I do that? You did it in the first video, but not in the second one. So, all right, here we go. Um, with the cancer cell, I'm going to source cancerhelp.cancerresearchuk.org. And in that site, it tells you, it actually will go along and talk about more or less not how they reproduce faster, but most of the times they do. As a matter of fact, in all times that I know about, they do. But also how they have the inability to stop. Like, when cells replicate and then they hit something, they can stop. Like, if we were to, you know, if we had like spontaneous reproduction where, all of a sudden I could put out a bunch of people that were clones of me, I could only go to the extent of the outside or the inside of this room here on the walls because I would stop. So, cells usually have a contact inhibition, which cancer cells don't, is another problem. But I'm not going to try to avoid the first thing I said. I think in all cases that I know about, cancer cells reproduce much faster. Therefore not giving the body time to catch up to realize that it's a foreign cell. And a lot of times our bodies will actually feed these malignant cells, and that is where we feed them the proteins and everything that it needs to continue to grow and reproduce. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual cell reproduction of a malignant cell or tumor, or however you want to put it. Okay, the next thing I want to get to address is, I don't know about that other animal you mentioned, the snake thingy or whatever. I don't know what that is. I haven't looked into it yet. But as far as the fruit flies go, yes, I am resourcing answers.yahoo.com. There are some other sources too, but I just didn't have the time to look through all of them. But I am sourcing this site, so I am being honest with you. And it pretty much verifies what I thought. Now, if you can cite any information that proves otherwise, I would definitely be glad to look at it because I love to learn. As you can see, my stack of textbooks, I got everything from physics to zoology, psychology, because I'm a psych major, and we are awesome, you know it. Even better than them English majors, but don't tell Autumn. It says basically where these fruit flies, which I already thought I knew, but I didn't want to cite Hovend. I wanted to cite something else. Were exposed to radiation and mutate. Well, pretty much under any circumstances, you expose some, living organism to radiation, it's going to mutate to something else. But it doesn't mutate outside of its biological classification. So, domain, kingdom, order, species, genus, phylum, all that stuff. It's still within the biological classifications. It's not like it's not going to turn into anything else. There was something else I wanted to hit on too. I can't quite actually remember. But pretty much that's just about the entirety of what I wanted to say to you. If you could provide some other sources for me, and if you could tell me how to do that thing where you can put like the webpage up on the on the internet or up on the viewfinder here, so I can like read it to you as I'm going. That's fine. I would love to do that, because that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. So you know, that way you know I'm not trying to be dishonest. I know you weren't saying I was being dishonest. I just didn't know enough about those two examples you gave, and I still don't know enough about one of them to be able to make an opinion, so I needed a little bit of time to do some research. But as far as the thing going from a, an egg to a live birth, I don't know much about that. I'm going to have to look into it, to be honest with you. Alright, so I know you just uploaded your response about an hour ago. By the way, is that your kitchen you're recording from, dude? Like, I'm just wondering. You see, that's probably my bedroom. That's my pictures and stuff. It's a scripture. But anyway. Alright, get back to me. Let me know what's up. So, alright. Sub above, rate and comment below.